Evening, everybody. How we all doing? Another event for you today. So something a little bit different. Obviously, we've been, if anybody's been following our Facebook channel, you'll have seen that we've been harvesting a few different ponds this week. So Monday we started with Tamasab pond. Was actually the first pond that we did on Monday, which was a pretty awesome pond, to be fair. And then we moved on to Momotaro, which there was some stunning pieces that came out of the Momotaro pond. And then yesterday we did the high quality, biggest pond that we have on the farm, really, the Sakai pond, which I think Ricky had been most impressed with and was really excited about getting out there. So there was some amazing fish that came out of there. Prestige koi, Matt was there, and obviously we had pen koi up at the facility for most of the week. So that's been really awesome as well, getting to know a couple of the dealers. And then today we've done. I think we started out with the Marasai Mizuogon pond, and then later on today we did the Kokai pond with some amazing achiever. And then to finish it all off, we did the Otsuka pond, which was fascinating for me. Probably my favourite breeder that we have at Koi Wholesale at the minute. It's just unreal quality, and the mix is just so vast. So I hope you've all had a bit of fun tuning in to the live harvests. Obviously, a lot of work goes into making these fish all year round and growing them. So it's nice for. I mean, obviously, I'm not that involved with the growing of them, but it's nice to see Ricky get excited about it and for the harvest to come around and to have all the dealers up. We had a real atmosphere today with quite a few dealers. Just a good laugh all around, and yeah, what a week. So stay tuned for the upcoming auctions. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to try and steal a couple of fish off Ricky, and I'll take my crowbar into work and see if I can angle some fish out of him. But yeah, as always, he wants to keep hold of his better stuff, as anyone would. But yeah, there's still some amazing fish that are being released. So yeah, keep on top of the content we're putting out, and I'm sure you'll see some amazing fish coming in the coming weeks. So for now, it's just me today. We're hoping that Ricky tunes in later on this afternoon. I know he's really excited about, and I know you guys are really excited about one particular piece. I will just preview it now so that you guys know what's coming up. Kind of the main event fish tonight is a few people will have seen this on Friday afternoon, the Okawa harvest. Um, I remember this fish when he put it in there, and it was about 15-20 centimeters. The sumi was pretty much as it is now, but this thing has raced on. And whilst it was on the harvest, I think we had 3 or 4 people messages about it. So this is one that's coming up later tonight, and hopefully Ricky can join us to. Well, this one's going to be an auction fish. So all the other fish we're gonna do by fixed price tonight, but this one's going to be auctioned with Ricky himself. But let's get started tonight then with the first fish of the evening. I've prepared for you this week, hopefully a popular mix. Starting off with a lovely little Kano Goshiki. Quite a few people will have heard of Kano Goshiki. If anyone follows Lee Hadfield's channel, I think he has quite a couple of Kano Goshiki as well. Pretty much, renowned between the guys over here as one of the best Goshiki breeders on the planet. Obviously I don't have much experience in terms of knowing the other breeders, but what I can say is I've been blown away with the quality of these. These fish have grown since they've come in, and I think these are from kind of the first selections of what Ricky's been going through. I think he's keeping a few on as well at the farm, So that's exciting. Hopefully you can kind of push these on to, maybe 40, 50 and see where they get, which is quite exciting. I think, for this kind of quality of koi to be released at £99 with a fixed price. And yeah, that reminds me as well, £99 is your fixed price on this. We've got Rizzy Snipes in at 99 to start us off. Basically, the way this worked, guys, if you didn't see, what happened last week is we've got this little ring, which Steve has kindly prepared for us. It looks like me, Chris, and Steve and Ricky are competing for this fish. So basically, put in the chat if you want to go in at 99, let us know, and we'll put your name in the hat. We'll spin the wheel, and obviously, best luck to the person who will get the fish. Just the fairest way, given that some people are a little bit laggy, with the bidding system, and this is just a nice, easy way. So it's £99. There's no additional fees on top of that. That's shipped directly to a dealer. If you want to have the fish shipped directly to your UK postal address, there's an additional £30 charge. But we still need your preferred dealer because we'll still be, giving a proportion of the sale to the dealer as well. So yeah, this is a 99. We've got one in at the minute, Kelly at the minute. If you want to go in the hat, let us know. I'll play the video again and I'll start a little bit of a timer in the background in the just so we know that we're not taking forever. But yeah, nice little fish. The Benny on this one's obviously quite fit, vivid. You've got quite a deep sumi already on this fish, which makes me think that it's going to go darker as it ages. Nice, clean, kind of wide mouth area as well. Like the face is really quite wide for a fish at 27 centimeters. And yeah, I mean, you're looking at a Goshiki that's quite clean for its age and size. And if you've ever wanted to dabble in Kano Goshiki without spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds, this is possibly the way to do it. Clean dorsal, which is an absolute must, as me and Ian believe. Evening Crafty. Sorry, I just saw your comment come in. Crafty has been up at the farm purchasing some nice shisui for Perfect Aquatics. Evening, Gary. So £99. I'll play the video a couple more times. Can still see people are joining us. Probably just finished their tea. Yeah, nice little fish this, I think. And for £99, Kano Goshiki, you cannot go wrong. Yeah, I think Goshki's not one we've had on this the live auctions for a while, so wanted to add a couple tonight. And at 27 centimeters, it's not too small for toe size. Obviously, it'll turn knee size fairly shortly, but yeah, it's not bad value that. Yeah, Craig can see Craig's put a comment in earlier on that his pond's not ready. That's a shame. One hell of a dorsal. Yeah, I totally agree with you there, Ian. But yeah, there's a couple of Goshiki in tonight, all varying in styles, really. One of them, whilst I was picturing it in the polytunnel, Ricky kind of came over and went, bloody hell, what's that doing in there? I think it was one of them fish that maybe has slipped the net. So we still stick it in anyway. And, he put it in the sales pond, so he's only got himself to blame. No, it's. I think people maybe think I'm joking when I say that I have to prize fish out from Ricky. I sent him one this evening. I was like, "Please, Ricky, can I put this in the auction?" I got swiftly told no. So at least he's got a pretty picture of it. But yeah, at the minute we've only got Kelly in, so I think we should maybe call that one. Obviously, we're not going to spin the wheel with only one person. So, Kelly, I think we'll give this one to you, and we'll move on to fish number 2. Yeah, Kelly, I think you might have had a couple of fish from us before, but if not, just message Chris with your the code 32A, and then he will get the fish dispatched to your preferred dealer. And let's move on to B. So this we had one of these on a while ago, and it seemed fairly popular. So this is Ikarashi Azumi. It's a Ginga, £150 fixed fee. Obviously, no additional costs on top of that, as I've already said. And yeah, 32 centimeter toe size. Yeah, unreal. The feature to look at on these, and it's really hard to portray it with a camera, in my opinion, is the pectoral fins having the white tips and the white tips on the dorsal as well. Might not come across the best in picture and camera, but it does really give an effect. Maybe not even in a blue bowl as well, but in a pond, it just looks so serene when they're swimming around with the white tips. Same if you've ever had a Benigoi, well, a Beni Hijiro, or just a Hijiro itself. Like the white tips on fins just give a really weird illusion as fish are swimming around. I don't know if you guys feel the same, personal opinion and all that, but yeah, it's kind of a stunning feature with these. And the one that we had earlier on in September, I think it was, very, very similar. Like the consistency from Ikarashi is so high. Yeah, and as Crafty said, it is the pecs that make this. And for 150 quid, it's not bad going. The only thing I would say is it's still got a bit to do in terms of the sumi on the face. I think it'll go darker as it ages. And I think that sumi will possibly expand further. I'm not sure if it's totally finished yet, but it's one of them fish that you can really appreciate. And as we were saying around the pond earlier today, whilst we were looking at these, is that some of these breeders producing such weird and wonderful varieties in such high quality and consistency without, major deformities or major demerits. It's something really to behold. Like, I don't think that you can beat a good Go Sankey in terms of difficulty of breeding, but I think there's almost a different criteria for a koi breeder that's breeding 15, 20 different varieties every single year. Like, I can't imagine the complexity of it. And yeah, I think working at koi wholesale has really expanded like my horizon and the way that I view koi. I think a few months ago, probably over a year ago, I'd maybe looked at this koi and thought, don't quite get it. But I think you've got to understand certain qualities, and you've got to maybe look at fish in a different way and go, somebody's put a lot of time and effort into making this how it is, and they've bred them with the white tips on the pectoral fins and the scale alignment, that kind of stuff that's bred into them, and the time and dedication that goes into breeding these things. Like, yeah, I think it's just interesting. How do you view breeders? Do you just think Sakai and Dainichi, are on another level, or do you have an appreciation for someone like Ikarashi or Otsuka that are breeding, multiple different varieties? I think there's a different level. Obviously, we always talk about Sakai and Dainichi, and I'm not trying to compare, but I sometimes think they need a bit more appreciation for some of the koi they're producing. And yeah, it's definitely something that I've thought about quite a lot. But we're going off on a ramble. I'll play the video. We've had nobody in at this point on this fish, so it's at 150. But if we've got no interest, we'll move on. That's not a problem. We win some, we lose some. And single colour koi like this always tend to grow. Always tend to grow. Good reticulation, as Crafty said as well in the comments. But I don't think we've had any love on this one, so play the video last time. 150 quid. I agree with you, Crafty mate, but looks like this one's going to go back into our sales ponds, so I will leave it at that one. Shame that. I really like that fish, but like I say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, I believe. So, yeah, Goshiki number 2 of tonight. This one completely different, I think, in terms of pattern to the first one that we had on. A little bit bigger than the first one as well. Obviously, it has that little bit of Benny in the peck, which I think has just reduced the price by 25 quid. But, you know, some people won't be able to look past that. But have a look at the video. The Benny is just unreal on this. And we speak about a good Benny. Yeah, it's difficult to comprehend how these things will look in a pond. I think if you've never had a Goshiki in comparison to like a Kohaku or a you know, I wouldn't say Utsuri because Utsuri can be really vivid in themselves, but a Kohaku or an Asagi or something like that, like the Benny quality is just so much higher when you get good examples like this of Benny that I don't think the photo gives you the full effect of it. Like this is really, really good floating Benny. I think there is a little bit of Sumi sitting underneath, but this is one that I think is going to have that classic kind of floating Benny style on a really dark base. And with them being so young, they have got a lot of development yet to do. 29 centimeters. It's not as, you know. I think Goshiki are quite famed for not growing on to be 80, 90 centimeter koi, but you know, not a slouch at toe side, 29 centimeters. You know, got to give it its due there. So this one's 75 quid, delivered to a dealer, no VAT, no additional fees. And again, if Kano Goshiki's something you're interested in getting involved with, then this is a gamble. You know, take a well, it's not really a gamble at 75 quid. You've got nothing to lose really. Yeah, get a Kano Goshiki, give it some food over the winter if you heat it. See how it performs in your water. See how it grows. I know, you know, personally, I have preferred breeders that I like to have in the pond, and some breeders I really struggle with in terms of how they perform in my pond. So again, before you go chucking hundreds and hundreds of pounds at a Goshiki, if you're looking at different breeders, maybe try a Kano, and at 75 quid, it's a decent little experiment to play with over the winter. But again, I don't think we've had any interest in this one at 75, so if nobody's interested, we will move on. Really nice head pattern right up to the nose. And another clean dorsal. There's a theme running here. But yeah, got a couple of Goshikis tonight, so if it is of interest, we have got a couple of others as well. And I think there might be a few people hanging around to see what happens with the Okawa Shiro, the female. But yeah, 75 quid. Anybody going to take me up on that one? Oh, sorry, the wrong fish. I can see quite a few people are still joining us. I think we're up at 160 now. Whereas at the start we was only about 100 people, so I can see people are still joining us. So we might go once Ricky joins us, maybe just go back over the ones that haven't sold, and Ricky can tell you why they're good purchases. But no, nobody interested in this one, so we will move on to the next one, which I think is a little bit more up People's Street. We generally find that little Meritan Kohakus like this don't stick around long on you know, the auctions very much. Yeah, Meritan Kohaku only small, 22 centimeters, but they do say big things come in small packages. I'm pretty sure I messed that phrase up, but anyway. Yeah, awesome Benny plate. Kind of a easy to read Kohaku. And at 22 centimeters, it's still got some growth in that at toe site. It's not a fast grower, but I think in terms of the qualities it's got with the Bene, the Shiroji, that amazing head pattern, 99 pounds is a bit of a steal on this one. I think it's one that I just saw in the pond and I thought, well, that's got to be put as an auction koi. So here it is. See if anybody's interested. I can see Paul's put a comment that he doesn't. I think the problem is we don't know what's coming next. But yeah, I suppose that's true. But you can only buy what's in front of you, can't you? Don't risk missing out on something. If you see something you like, you got to go for it. The Okawa fish at the end is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but there's 75 quid. Some of these pieces are absolute snips. But yeah, I get what you mean. You want to see what's coming up, and there's a couple of other Goshkis tonight. But they're all kind of a similar quality. But I understand what you mean. We'll try and see if we can get them up on the website in advance, maybe over the coming weeks. Nobody seems interested in these ones tonight, so maybe I'm choosing the wrong koi. Lovely little Kohaku, this. I'll be really interested to see how that Benny performs. Obviously, Kano as a breeder, we all kind of hear about Goshiki all the time, and I originally thought it might have been a different breeder, but Chris has mentioned that it's a Kano Kohaku, so it's not a breeder of this variety that we have on the farm very often. So I'm really interested to see, I agree with you there, Paul. The Benny plating is pretty finished. In terms of the sashi as well, both edges, the front and the back of the Benny plates, is pretty much finished. There's maybe a little bit to do on the front edge, but it's very, very minimal. And at 22 centimeters, it's got great depth. One to potentially grow into the winter. Oh, I think we might be joined by the main man. Come to tell me off for not all his fish.
How we doing, Joe?
Yeah, good. We've had a couple that aren't sold. Can you believe it?
Really? Which ones?
Let's go back. I'll show you. So this little absolute.
Ginga. Yeah, can be a little bit of an hard one to understand. I think seeing them in flesh makes a big difference.
That's
mate,
what I said. Yeah, I think you don't get like how the pec fins and the white tips look in a pond when they're swimming around, like the illusion it creates. It can often
be a bit one-dimensional sometimes, mate. Can't it on a picture? A bit flat. It's really hard to pull it through.
And this little Goshiki as well, 75 quid. It's a little banger, that, isn't it, for Kano?
I would say, made from Kano.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how many else we got to get through, buddy? So I've literally just raced through door, folks. So just while we're live.
But no, this is we're on this Kano Kohaku, and then after this we got 3 more. Then the big event.
Fair play, mate. Fair play.
But yeah, we're just saying Kano Kohaku. It's not something we see like regular. Obviously, I see a lot of their Goshiki, but you might tell me that they're big into Kohaku breeding.
No, I mean he's quite good at all the Gosanki, to be fair, and yeah, it's not a major one. Sankey's actually got quite the farms have got a historic reputation in Sankey, actually, which a lot of people don't know because modern day people just think, oh, Kano and Goshiki. But
Right.
he has had a crack at all three Gosanki. It's just a quality farm. He's a talented guy. The son now managing it. Family name's actually Hirasawa.
Oh, right.
Kazuhiro. Kazuhiro his name. Kazuhiro Hirasawa. Plenty of Hirasawas about, mate. So it all gets very confusing.
Yeah.
Very confusing.
Yeah. No, it's I've been blown away by some of these Kano Goshiki, which makes me wonder how good the ones that you're keeping on and growing are. If these are the ones we're releasing, the good
Yeah,
ones.
it's the same as with Goshki though. It's always limited. It's hard just getting the quality, the numbers out of them. That's always the thing with Goshki.
Yeah.
Kano, there's a lot of stability with Kano stuff. They impress me, and that's a nice little piece, certainly for 99 quid.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
Four-step Maruyama Kohaku. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, play the video again, see if we can. Anyone wants to chuck their name in the hat, 99 quid.
Yeah,
That's
really nice piece. So what you have to fill me in because Chris did the first one of these while I was away, didn't he?
Yeah, so chuck your so I think we might have two people that have messaged saying that they might be interested in the Goshki that's just gone.
All right. What the one that didn't sell?
Yeah. So
Go back to that.
So let's go back to this one then, just quickly.
No.
So
Finish. Start. Get the
sorry.
first, Joe. That's where we're at, mate.
Sorry, mate. So yeah, if anybody's interested in the koi at 99 quid, delivered direct to a dealer with no additional VAT, no additional fees, 99 quid, just comment in. We'll chuck your name in the hat. We'll spin the wheel, and it's best luck to the person that gets it essentially. So all you need to do is comment in. We'll revisit the Goshki just before because it seems like a couple of people are interested in that. But yeah, this one's 99 quid. Play the video again, see if anybody's interested in this one.
That is crazy little good fish for that money.
Yeah.
So they're all at ambient temperatures. So have been for quite a while. Perfectly good for shipping and moving around at the minute. Maruyama Kohaku on that is stunning.
Yeah.
Nice to it as well. Consistent. Good piece.
So we've got Phil Dyke that's in. Nice one, Phil. I think that's a bargain at 99 quid, to be fair.
It is. It is.
Yeah. So yeah, anyone else wants to go in, let me know and we can chuck your name in the hat. Otherwise, we'll be passing this one on to Phil, and we'll revisit that Goshki quickly and spin the wheel. But yeah, it's been a proper exciting time on the farm this week, hasn't it?
Oh man, honestly, I don't often say I am on the verge of being fished out. And that takes a lot for those words to come out of my mouth, folks, honestly. But
Yeah.
it's been intense, really intense. And I'm buzzing for it, but there's still even so much work ahead to do. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We only got Phil in there. Is he stealing that one?
I think he might be stealing that one from you, mate. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So we'll pass that one on to Phil, and let's quickly move back onto this
There you go then.
Kanagoshki.
Well
done, Phil.
Peace, mate.
So with this one, I think we got Super Fergie that's in. And
Just start from scratch, Joe. So we've got an in, mate, clearly from people. But yeah, I was with that, mate. That's looking really, really good. Obviously, with this Kano stuff, they do darken in the background, but they're not the complete Kuro style where they go jet black. What you actually tend to get is a dark grey with the scale. Actually, the edge, the scales darken more than the internal part of the scale. That's the way they tend to get really, really unique to Kano with that stuff. And so you look at that Benny pattern overall, Marizomi Kiwa, it's got that Benny quality as well. Really, really well balanced Benny pattern, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, stunning.
Nice
so
fish.
Ray Plant says that they're in on the Goshiki. So if anyone else is interested, please let us know and we can get your name in the hat.
It's always something you have to factor in with, especially with young Goshiki, is what will happen with that background darkening. It visually changes them so much when it does happen. Like I say with the Kano ones, that scale pattern it kind of creates with the Subi is really, really nice. Really nice. Have you mentioned we're having a little auction at the end, Joe?
Yeah, so obviously the main event, I think quite a few people are tuning in for. Yeah, that Okawa female at the end. Yeah, stunning koi. I previewed it at the start of the auction as well, so people know to stick around to the end for that.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, just all this in general at the minute. We're not doing anything too consistently. We've got quite a few plans coming together in the background, but looking to bring all this together in the end with a bit of trial and error into something new that we've got planned, which I think is going to be pretty cool.
Exciting times.
Joe, don't even know. This is our secret. Is.
I'll know when it's time to do it. Basically,
Steve knows. Steve's in background. This is literally there's three of us.
Oh dear, it's kind of the way it works, isn't it?
We'd hate to be copied before we even put it out there, wouldn't we, Joe? So
yeah, it's true. It's true.
Not the secret.
Yeah, sound. But no, I enjoy these. I think people like just tuning into something every week and listening to yourself or Chris ramble on about koi and backgrounds on different farms, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's I think people just enjoy it even if they're not buying koi.
Richard's already beat me to me trying to talk football. I don't even know what football is, Richard. So is it some kind of sport or something, mate? I ain't got a clue. Back off.
Oh dear, yeah. Oh, to be fair, we haven't really gone in on you about football recently. It's been a good opportunity till this week as well.
To be fair, Joe, I've heard it's a sackable offence, mate.
Oh, is it? Right.
Talking about football, so I think we're done with this Goshiki, mate, aren't we?
Yeah. So, Rachel, I think it is. Just message Chris and let him know that you've won this 32C, the code, and we'll get that shipped to your preferred dealer. Or, like I've said, if anybody's interested in direct delivery for 30 quid extra, you can organise that too. But we still need to know your preferred dealer.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Nice one. So let's move on. So we have actually got another Goshiki up next. Obviously, we had the Kohaku. This one, I think, is a little ninja, really. I've got an image of it. Yeah, I've got an image of this as a big koi. In the right hands, I think that pattern will really transform in a big koi. But look at that floating Benny.
Yeah. Absolutely. That is very Kano. And you can actually see, look, you can see in that one. What's happened to the video there, Joe?
Oh,
Jesus, I thought I was hallucinating for a
minute. Sorry, God.
You can actually see the tip, that pattern in the sort of the background that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Where it's deforming a bit thicker on parts, which will become edge at scales. That amongst just what you need in amongst that pattern and different gravy. Really nice piece again. Really nice piece.
Yeah, stunning. Just in the right hands, this could be a real monster. This, and on that right hand side where it's got that gap from on the Benny, as that grows out, I've got
The honest thing with that one is the only reason it's actually there and not still in the growing pond is that Benny in the fin. And I say this because I hate being that way about it, but the reality is when fish like that grow and become more valuable, that's the thing that puts a lot of people off at the higher price points.
Mhm.
And we just have to unfortunately accept that. And yeah, say at that point it's just not worth giving it the space because we end up investing more in it, and the value of it will always be capped because there's a limited amount of people who will put up with the odd pegs.
Mm.
That's reality, and it's a shame because that quality, technically wise, are that well worthy of being grown further.
I do remember a Sakai Sankey we had on this auction that had a little bit of red in the tail, and we had it back a few months, and he said how gutted why you sold it, to be fair. I don't know whether or not that's a different one where the Benny had maybe receded a little bit, and I know it can happen, and it's not, I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to happen with this, or I'm not saying it's even going to. But there's the chance if you take a gamble on a koi like this that Benny could recede, and it could be.
Yeah.
But that's the reality as to why it's 125 and not 725
Yeah,
quid.
honestly, there's a lot of potential in that fish.
Yeah.
I'm seeing as we look at the picture now, on the right hand side that we're looking at, our right hand side, we see that little area of Shiroji just probably on the lateral.
Yeah.
That's the area in patterns like that that really comes alive as the fish gets bigger, because as they get the volume, I think it kind of moves like that. You can imagine, and it just kind of pulls that area and it'll pull it more prominently into the pattern.
Yeah.
Good piece,
Stunning.
nice body setup. We can see that. It's just yeah, all I say, I've been honest with the realities of it.
Yeah. Unreal.
Benny
And I
quality
like.
is typical Kano.
I
Really, really.
think the head color is going to be quite white along the gill plates, isn't it? And it's going to have like that dark nose with the sumi. I'm not sure if it's going to get the sumi on the other areas of the head, or what do you think?
You can get a bit of both from Kano, to be fair. Like I
Yeah.
say, they're not a completely really dark Kuro lineage,
Mm,
so then it's not for everyone. They do look great, but again, Kuro Goshiki are harder to maintain the floating Benny on
yeah.
as well,
Yeah.
because there's so much more black pigment sat underneath the skin that the Benny's got to try and block out.
Hmm.
It's always just trying to work it through. So got another one in there, Joe, by the looks of it.
Yeah. Paul Warren in.
Cigar.
Fancy Carp, are you in? Saying they
Oh,
like it.
sorry, I read that wrong. I like it. Sorry.
Yeah. Carl Wright in. Well done, Carl. This is a really, really nice fish. I think we've had a question about whether or not we can ship to the United States. I don't know if I don't think no.
Just UK at the minute.
Yeah.
Just UK. Right, a couple more minutes then, folks, and then I'll let the spin
Quite a
wheel.
bit of love on this one. Yeah. See, he wasn't fancying auctioning that Kohaku that I sent you today then.
Not a chance, no.
That one is a sackable offence then. Yeah.
We'll have it. That is something we're actually working on at the minute, folks, to be honest. So we are documenting fish like crazy. And as we work through, you are going to start seeing fish drop onto the Koi Wholesale website daily with the retail prices that you'll be able to buy from a dealer of your choosing. All them prices, again, that's just the price you see is what you pay, and delivery can be arranged however you want it, really. So yeah, get ready for it. It's going to be like a tsunami coming when we actually get going with that one.
That's exciting.
Absolutely.
Fancy Carp says, "Do I get free delivery
Oh
tomorrow?"
yeah. So that's great, Alex. But that's when we did the charity auction.
Right. Okay.
We purchased the magazine, the signed magazine.
Right. So you're off to.
It included delivery in the end, hand delivery. So yeah, awesome.
Brilliant.
So yes, free delivery tomorrow by all means.
He's in. So I think we've got, how many people got in? 3 now? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to get that set up then? And
Yep, Steve, if we can
let you do that bit, guys.
roll the wheel.
Oh, just one more there, just cropped in.
Oh, add Alan Findlay. Yeah, Crafty's been up today saying that people are in for a treat when the fish start going on the website. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's been looking good. I'm pleased.
Kid in a candy shop comes to mind, to be fair.
I am pleased.
Yeah. It's nice to see how excited you get about it, to be fair. There's some people that are successful in what they do, but then, struggle to enjoy it. But, not a chance with you, with Koi. It's nice.
Yeah.
So here we go then. Let's spin the wheel and see who comes out on top. There you go.
Hand delivery it is.
Hand delivery to fancy car. Well done.
Nice. I like it.
Well done.
I like
There
it.
you go. Brilliant. So yeah, I mean, email Chris at Koi Wholesale just to confirm that you've won 32E. But yeah, that'll be a signed magazine and a Koi delivered to you by Ricky. So that's nice.
Yeah.
So moving on then. Little Benny well, I say a little Benny Kikukiru, 28 centimeters toe size.
I already know, Joe. To be fair, that picture is doing that fish no justice.
Yeah, struggle to get these ones.
The video does, because that's in the flesh. That's such a stunning piece. There we go. You can see so different. Look.
Yeah.
Now these Ikarashi Azumi, this is one of the original founding lineages of this variety, which is and basically the Kikukuryu, the black and white version, was originally founded by Kaze and Aoki. They actually worked together on a lot of stuff, and this was one of their biggest creations. Then they created the Benny version, and then Ikarashi Azumi quite quickly came up with his own version, because still to this day, Aoki and Kaze Kikukuryu don't really grow all that well. They probably are the most intense, and you get that exquisite, refined sumi on them. But size-wise, they're not winners. Now, Ikarashi and Marusaka combined, but Ikarashi came before Marusaka, managed to create Kikukuryu that grow. And it really changed the game. You also do get the style from Azumi that forms the similar kind of sumi to Kaze and Aoki Kikukuryu, but primarily this kind of style. But what they tend to do when they're grown in the heat, and this is some mistake people make with them, is they lighten as they start growing, certainly from Tosai through to Nisai. So this fish, I remember it well, started off almost completely black, as they do. Just saw, it was kind of like just behind the head, that Benny plate showing. And then as it's grown, the Motogoro's pulled in. I mean, the fins are stunning. Fins are really stunning. And yeah, that's generally what's happening. If you keep that video rolling, like I say, it's a more accurate description of what it looks like. You've got super strong metallic luster. Nice body setup. You can see how clean it is on the face. That metallic luster right through on the fins. Absolutely shining. Good prominent backbone. Just a nice piece. So yeah, that's the process. They kind of lighten up, and then the true sumi starts forming a bit later in life, or the true pattern. So many. The first year I had it, it was not with these. It was with Marusaka, but they're exactly the same in how they developed. So these came through, and I remember the fish that we had. There was amongst a batch, and as we was looking at them, I'm going. I literally was with my dad at the time. I said, I'm going to throw these in here now because I'm not going to sell them anyway. So I might as well just see what they do, because they were that poor and dark. It's not a fish anybody wants to buy.
Yeah.
Sure enough, no more than about 6 weeks later, these things had stuck a load of size on, and the sumi's falling back, the Benny patterns coming through. I'm getting bits of Shiroji showing up, and I'm just like, whoa, that was really a major mistake. By the time they hit Nisai, obviously in the high heat, it's all fell off, and you just see a mainly Benny pattern. Then as it starts coming down in temp again at Nisai, kind of October, November time, the true Sumi pattern starts forming around. And yeah, ever since then, that's just got tuned into that. I thought that was nearly a huge mistake.
Yeah.
A great lesson. I was never going to know that without getting stuck into it. So
yeah, it's crazy.
Great piece. Anybody into the metallics and the Kikos, this Ikarashi Azumi stuff, it's a great one to have.
Yeah, the Benny is really vivid on this one as well. It's almost, there's a couple of them I've almost mistaken for like a Deutsche Chiba, that kind of style, because it looks like a similar Benny style.
Yeah.
But it's obviously just so vivid. But yeah, I'm really keen to see a couple of these once the Sumi started to come up, and I guess the better ones that are kept at Koi Wholesale are kept inside, like the really good ones like this one, and it's not really like Sumi conditions, I guess. So I from a lack of experience, it's hard for me to really understand these, but yeah, it's awesome to really hear you talk about them. And
It is a variety. I think a lot of people often say, I just don't get them.
Yeah.
That's it. So
yeah.
See, I got a feeling that might be the impression on that one tonight. So let's see. Anybody interested, give us an in. But let's say it's certainly if you've got a winter kind of grow on pond or a bit of temperature to push it over that season, you're going to see some drastic change from this, but it will reward you.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And that the Motoguru and the fins being so thick and prominent is a good sign of Sumi, or is that does that translate?
That's often a way that we say we. So Shiro Utsuri breeders have often taught me, especially in some lineages where the Sumi, you are almost dealing with Shiro Muji from Tosai through Nisai, will use Motoguro in the base of the pec fin as an indicator for quality or what's happening with it, because it can tend to show there a bit earlier.
Yeah, so if in this instance, it's kind of telling you that what with a bit of time on this, the Sumi is going to come good. So we've got Neil, in here. So well done, Neil. Anyone else wants to let us know, we'll play the video again. If not, we will move on. Yeah. I've seen some quality Doitsu fish this week. I think you might be converting me.
We're going to be really focusing on. I've got some content on these Marusaka ones that I've got because I had to do it. I filmed them when the shipment arrived. So now we're at the point where they are, as I've just kind of been discussing. At some point, we'll stitch all that together because I think everybody will be fascinated to see that journey and just see how overlooked they can be from Tosai. So I nearly made the mistake completely. It's only the fact of they were that bad. I thought literally if I put these out here, they're not going to sell anyway. So just see what happens.
Yeah.
Great way to learn.
So I think we've got just Neil in on this one.
Niels.
So well done, Neil. And so we'll move on to So this one, I had this one in the bowl, and you walked past and said, "What's that doing in there?"
I remember now.
Yeah, this is one that was real stunner. In the bowl, it just comes to life. I think this.
That's a really, really nice piece. That.
Yeah. Just awesome, and you can see that true Benny, almost like that blue hue to the Sumi as well, and the dark nose. Yeah, everything about this fish.
I don't think too much needs to be said about that. In all honesty, I am wondering why the hell I put that outside, to be honest. I don't know if I've had a moment or it's jumped or what it's done. But yeah. if that doesn't sell, you're going to see a picture tomorrow of me bagging that up and floating it back into the pond where the Kano fish are.
It is a stunner, that.
Crafty says that about them all. Mate, I ain't inherited my sales banter from you, pal.
No, I think what he's saying is when I had it in the bowl, he said, "What's that doing in there?" And he says that about them all. It's true. I do get told off often for having fishing bowls, but yeah, I snuck this one in, I think, somehow. 2 people in already at 125.
I really am wondering what I've done there.
I think 125 as well. Like, we've had some good goshkis tonight, but this one is next level, isn't it? And at 125.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I hadn't even really studied. Literally, Chris flashed these pictures at me while I had fishing nets and all sorts. I was like, yeah, 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 and yeah, I've not paid enough attention there, folks. So there we go. Enjoy.
Yeah, what a fish that is. I mean, count the steps as well. 1, 2,
Yeah,
3, 4,
it
5,
just
6, 7,
doesn't.
8.
I don't think that needs any explanation, does it? In the slightest.
Yeah, stunning. Really stunning. Big mouth. Yeah.
Great piece, and that's just going to come alive with a bit of size.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something else that can happen, folks. This is not always guaranteed, but where you see some sumi in the benny just behind the head, that can often, as these start growing in the warmer water and you get the sumi fall back, that can often drop back because 2 things will happen. Like I mentioned, the benny really needs to block the sumi out. That's the kind of crack with it. So often they'll start growing, and something like that can actually fall back. Which that's when I was looking at there, that's the main thing I'm looking at, thinking I don't know if at time I've just gone, yeah, and that's what I was in my head thinking that, and I've just chucked it over because that can fall back. Then the benny starts to thicken naturally as it does in like an environment we raised them, will be feeding colour food, so the benny will be thickening nicely, and then obviously the sumi starts reforming. Craig, don't worry, buddy, mate. We have got a gazillion fish coming. It's going to be a busy, busy winter period, mate. Absolutely. And yeah, and then it just completely changes. Completely changes. So all of a sudden that sumi's gone out the belly. Now, let's say I'm not saying that's happening. And if you put that fish now straight into a cooler pond, that process I've spoke about isn't going to apply.
Yeah.
It can just be a reason why the actual size and the raising can be an important part of actually influencing the development that happens. Really can.
Yeah.
Yeah, folks. And any last ins on this one? Have we got them all? Who have we got?
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ins currently. Alan, Team Blackfish, Paul Warren, Johnny Coy, and bring a Van I'm in, says Fancy Cap. Yeah, stunning. Play the video again. Any last bids? Hurry up.
Fuming.
But you go through fish so often, and obviously you have to do it at such a pace as well. Like, watching you select fish. So, it can't be easy to just read a fish in, a fraction of a second like you have to do sometimes.
I'm just worried. I'll have had a thought process on the day, but there we go.
Yeah.
And that's me and Chris had this conversation a lot. To be honest with you, it's like a lot of the fish we got in, just think, why does a breeder let that go? And then you know what the breeder has also got sat there as well. It's nice fish for somebody anyway. That will be enjoyed and that will become a very, very good fish. I can promise you that.
Yeah, there you go. From the
right, then, we're going to get the wheel on.
Yeah, let's spin the wheel. Steve, just bring it up in the background. And I think we've got one other fish unsold. We'll just quickly go over that and then we'll move on to the...
What was it, Joe? Was it A?
B.
A, the Ginga.
The Ginga, yeah.
Nice numbers tonight, guys, which is appreciated.
Yeah,
Just shy of 200 tuned in live.
I think people are appreciating this new format as well.
We're only live on YouTube as well, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah, no Facebook. So let's spin the wheel. Oh my
God.
Johnny Coy. Oh, Paul, I'm sorry for you. That was agonising, but
That was close.
Johnny Coy, what a steal that is. Well done. Yeah. Message Chris at Coy Wholesale with your name, phone number, preferred Coy dealer, and the number 32G.
I tell you what, Joe, we're going to leave B, mate, because I'm not going to lie. Even you, I am starving.
Me too.
And it's been a long day, mate. So I think we won't delay. We'll get this epic piece of a Shiro.
Okay. Let's go for it. So, the final piece of tonight. Yeah.
So, I think a few of you, if you tuned in on one of the Facebook lives we've been doing, I pulled this Omasako. Sorry, Joe.
Omasako.
This is an Omasako Shiro, not a Kawa.
Right.
Omasako fish pulled out of one of the ponds where I've actually had some Okawa. That's where the confusions come. Okawa Goshiki and some Odekan Showa. And I was just like, whoa. And Chris kind of gave me that look as if to say, Rick, I need some fish to sell, mate. So here we are with it. And so we thought we'd drop back to auction format with this one. There seemed to be a lot of interest on the video. And again, with what we've got in mind, we want to kind of bring a bit of a mix of all these formats together. Oh, my days, look at it.
Yeah, stunning.
And it's not even close to being at its best yet either. So good.
The Sumi underlying on the head as well.
Quality of Motoguro in the fins. And bearing in mind, this has come out, with skin like this at the point of harvest as well. You look at the sort of refinement, the Sumi Kiwa that's forming really, really high level. That pattern, when it's done and expanded a bit in volume, is just going to be absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Head pattern forming as well. Look, what a piece. So I'm going to start bidding on this one at £200. Opening bid, and bid increments will be £10 each. What I'm also going to do with this one, just to make it easy for people, is your bid you put in will be full and final. So no additions on top, no VAT, no 10%. Just your full and final bid is what you will pay.
Nice.
And I'm gambling. Big time. Starting to be fair.
Yeah. So here we go. 200 quid. Anyone going to get us started off? We haven't even discussed that it's female.
Oh, I'm female. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Rate £200 as we've said. Starting price. Increments £10. Yeah. The one thing from that photo as well is the white colour on the head. For me, it's a big deal. Like even at this age.
Yeah.
It's a big deal to me. And Motoguru in both pecs. That checkerboard pattern, unreal.
It's bonkers. Really, really rare pattern. Really rare. So 250 we're in at, folks, by the looks of it. Started.
Was I wrong in thinking that it came out the Okawa pond, or is this? It's obviously 100% Omasako, but I thought it was Okawa. This, yeah.
I'm all out of Okawa Shiros now, to be fair.
But nice fish. This we've got quite a few people in. I think there's a bit of lag. New Forest at 200. We've got a bid for 300 now from Double Ryukin.
See, Rick knows he'll be robbing me blind if he got that for 200 quid.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with it being female. Yeah, let's play that video again. Crafty saying he bought the last of the Okawa. I did enjoy the Okawa fish, but this is unreal. I remember when you put this in, I was there when you was deciding where to put this fish.
Yeah.
And I did think it had a sparkle.
Andrew knows a good fish when he sees one. It's mega. Yeah. I don't know how I let Chris talk me into it, to be fair. I think it just reminded me of how many fish I've got. It really just looked at me and said, oh, crazy. So yeah, 310 now, folks. Say increments of a tenner, so looking for 320.
Yeah.
It's really, really top piece. And yeah, I know it's not a massive Nisai, it's just given the sort of pond that it's been raised in, to be fair, but there's still plenty more growth to come from this one, rest assured. And the chances of picking an Omasako Nisai up from a dealer, direct from a farm this autumn in Japan for that much is impossible. And I know that all too well.
Yeah. 320 with Rick at New Forest. Cool article coming up with Rick at New Forest in the next issue of Core Talk.
Nice.
Plug there.
330. Andrew, have we got anybody with 340 for us?
Yeah.
And again, folks, any feedback you've all got for us on the various ongoings of this. We're aware you want some notice of what's coming up, which is fair enough. I'm actually pushing back on that a little bit, saying the element of surprise is a nice element, but I think there's mixed feelings on that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
340 now, folks. Anybody got 350 for us?
I think we're going to have a bit of a battle over this one.
Keep that video rolling, Joe.
Yeah.
350 now. Asking about the Kaze Shore event. I will speak about that at the end, actually. And obviously, I've got quick question time tomorrow as well, so plenty of time for discussing stuff. So 350 we're on. Andrew. Yep. Neil, we've got any response? Rick, have we got any response for that? It's still an absolute steal as it stands. Like I say, all fees, everything included. So what you bid is what you will pay for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what a fish for the money that is.
No, I just can't. I'm black and white for me. It just sends my brain into a spin.
Yeah. Not often a Shiro like this comes your way.
Yeah. I've got plan. We've had a lot over years. I love that one. Oh, fair play. Can't argue with that one. No. At 380 now, I know for sure it's worth 400 quid of someone's money, guys.
This is one that I'd like to see revisited on a episode of Question Time in a year's time.
Yeah, it'd be fierce. Absolutely.
Andrew back in at 390.
Yeah, Shiro. So I think we've managed to. This is what happens. We end up having none like we've got now, and then I somehow, well, mind you, there's quite a lot of the Omasako, the male in this size that we've got. To be fair, but yeah, they end up going on some kind of mentalist spree, and we have Shiros from just about every breeder in Japan on site with a whole load of Asagis and Karashigoi. Mental.
I'd really like to see some Yagenji ones.
Yeah. Nice message there from Johnny.
Oh yeah, remember that fish? That was amazing.
Yeah, good piece.
Yeah, really like that. And there wasn't a massive amount of interest in it, but yeah, I could see a massive Dainichi as well. Really special.
So at
400.
400, what we got, folks? So Neil with 400 pairs. Anyone got 410 for us?
Play the video again.
The elegance of the pecs as well. If you actually look at the shape of the fins, so nice, well proportioned to the rest of the body. But that quality of that Motogoro in there is insane. But even there, look, you can see how the Motogoro is actually probably better formed than most of the other Sumi. So it gives you more of an idea there, the indicator for the Sumi level on the rest of the body. And the head pattern forming. Even the head pattern's offset on the right side, looking at it. It's insane, the balance on that. So with Andrew at 410, seems to just be Andrew and Neil in at the minute. Oh, there we go. Neil's out. Looks like Andrew's in the driving seat with that one. Very nice.
I'm excited to see what this goes for and who it goes to as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope wife's coming to join in. Yeah, in that case, I think if there's nobody else showing up on that one, we'll let Andrew have it for 410.
Well done, mate. What a koi that is.
Mate, thank you very much.
So yeah, message Chris with your details. I think obviously he'll know, but because you've had a few fish off of us. But yeah, good evening, guys. That of different koi, and I think there's a whole host of other koi coming up over the coming weeks, isn't there?
Yeah, I say just over a few weeks. Bear with us. It's going to be a bit kind of random, spontaneous as we're doing, but this is all for the greater good. Let's say we're just playing around with a few bits, see how it all works, see how it pans out before what we've got cooking actually comes together, which I'm sure you will like.
Yeah.
And yeah, Kaze Showa. So that's been mentioned. So yeah, you may well have seen the video drop on the channel on Sunday, I think it was. Yeah. Highlighting them. So we are doing a winter grow out with those, which basically involves the fish being raised by myself at Koi Wholesale through to the end of January. And then from there, there'll be a couple of months of overwintering as well, because I know a lot of you guys probably haven't got heated ponds. So yeah, lots to it. The full announcement is coming this Sunday. We've done a full video with all the details on, so look out for that one. And then yeah, they'll be set after that for the release of the fish. Done it slightly differently in that the fish have actually already been sold to dealers, and we're doing a draw for them. So on the listings, it will actually tell you the exact dealer the fish is available at when we drop them, so you can head over to that dealer and make the purchase should you wish to.
Awesome.
There we go. That's that on that one for now.
Yeah. Cool. And back again tomorrow for question time with yourself.
Absolutely, mate. Can't wait for that. And I'm going to go and line my stomach now and probably pass out, to be fair.
Amazing. All right.
Cheers,
Well,
folks. Thanks, everyone.
thanks, everyone. Speak to you next week.